지역의 식품의 산출은 구제와 조류 인플루엔자 발생 지역의 공장 방문을 자제해 주시기 바랍니다. 마지막으로 중요한 당국의 휴대폰 발생에 적극 협조해 주시기 바랍니다. 감사합니다.
Interestingly, the earliest reference to these travel documents can be found in the 1414 Act of Parliament. The 1414 Act of Parliament of the UK, also known as the Safe Conducts Act, introduced a system of safe conducts or travel documents that were issued to individuals for the purpose of safe passage through foreign territories. These safe conducts were essentially letters of introduction or guarantees of safe passage granted by the monarch of other authorities to individuals traveling abroad. The nature of these travel documents varied, but they typically included information such as the traveler's name, the purpose of their journey, and any relevant details or assurances provided by the issuing authority. Safe conducts were often written in the form of letters addressed to foreign rulers or officials requesting safe passage and protection for the bearer during their travels. The 1414 Act of Parliament formalized the practice of issuing safe conducts and established regulations governing their use. It provided a legal framework for the issuance and recognition of these travel documents, ensuring that travelers could rely on them for safe passage through foreign territories. Safe conducts were an early precursor to modern passports, serving a similar purpose of facilitating international travel and providing a form of identification and protection for travelers. While the nature of travel documents has evolved significantly since the 1414 Act, with the introduction of standardized passports and other forms of identification, the basic principle of ensuring safe passage for travelers remains a central feature of contemporary travel documentation. However, it wasn't until 1540 that the Privy Council of England began granting travel documents, and it was around this time that the term passport came into use. "374 years later, a conflict would happen and shape the history of these travel documents, turning them into the standardized passports that we know today." On June 28, 1914, the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand, heir to the Austro-Hungarian throne at the hands of a Bosnian Serb named Gavrilo Princip, led to a breakdown in diplomatic relations between Europe's great powers. Austria-Hungary held Serbia responsible for the assassination and subsequently declared war on July 28th. Russia, in turn, came to Serbia's defense, and by August 4th, Germany, France, and Britain had been drawn into the conflict. The Ottoman Empire joined the war in November of the same year, further exacerbating the already tense situation. After 4 years, 3 months, and 2 weeks, the conflict was over, and in the aftermath, it brought about a new set of challenges for nations worldwide. Devastated by one of the deadliest conflicts in history, governments found themselves grappling with the need to secure their borders. The war had exposed the vulnerabilities of existing border control systems, necessitating a reassessment of immigration and security approaches. As a result, international cooperation was recognized as a crucial component in addressing common challenges and promoting stability in the post-war world. In 1920, the League of Nations was established as a precursor to the United Nations. The League provided member states with a platform to collaborate on issues of mutual interest, including border security and immigration control. It played a vital role in promoting international cooperation and standardizing practices related to passport issuance and border controls. Member states recognized the importance of consistency and interoperability in passport design and information. As such, they worked together to establish common standards and protocols for passport issuance. These efforts aimed to streamlining the process of verifying identity and nationality at border crossings, making it easier for travelers to navigate the complexities of international travel. The establishment of uniform documentation for regulating border crossings and facilitating international mobility was driven by several factors. Concerns about security in the wake of World War I, the emergence of international organizations like the League of Nations, and efforts to promote consistency and interoperability through standardization all played a role. Technical advancements in printing and security features, coupled with a desire to promote global mobility and cooperation, also contributed to the evolution of the modern passport system. During and after World War I, the introduction of standardized passports played a crucial role in the efforts of governments to prevent desertion and military draft evasion. As the conflict raged on, governments had the daunting task of maintaining control over their populations and ensuring that able-bodied individuals fulfilled their obligations to the state, including military service, if required. Standardized passports provided an effective means of identifying and verifying nationality, which allowed authorities to monitor and regulate the movement of individuals more efficiently. By requiring individuals to obtain passports for international travel, governments could screen travelers more thoroughly and prevent potential deserters or draft evaders from escaping detection. Modern passports have been in existence since ancient times, serving as letters of introduction or safe conduct for individuals traveling abroad. But as mentioned earlier, it wasn't until the early 20th century that the modern passport system began to take shape. International Commission for Passports was established by the League of Nations in 1920 to standardize passport regulations and promote international travel. This marked the beginning of the modern passport system, with countries issuing standardized travel documents to their citizens. Passport regulations also enabled authorities to track the movements of individuals more closely, making it harder for those seeking to evade military service to slip through the cracks. This way, standardized passports became an indispensable tool in the arsenal of governments seeking to maintain social order and national security in the tumultuous aftermath of World War I.